There is something strangely satisfying about watching a disc door slide open on its own. It feels like a little piece of the 90s living on your desk. And honestly, that is exactly the vibe this compact system is going for. It is not trying to be a high-end audiophile setup that costs a month of rent, but for a bedroom or a home office, it hits a specific sweet spot. The design is vertical, which is a clever move because it saves a ton of shelf space. You are looking at a footprint that is barely 9 inches long, so it tucks away into corners where a traditional boombox would just look clunky. The motorized door is a nice touch, though it does have that slightly mechanical, plastic-on-plastic sound that reminds you this is a budget-friendly piece of gear. Still, it works every time, and there is a certain charm to feeding it a CD and watching it spin up. The sound quality is decent for what it is. It uses a 2-channel stereo setup, and while it is not going to rattle the windows or provide deep, cinematic bass, it handles vocals and acoustic tracks with a surprising amount of clarity. It is dimensional enough that you do not feel like you are listening to a tin can. Now, the radio side of things is pretty straightforward. You get digital tuning, which is a massive upgrade over those old analog dials that drift every time you bump the table. Being able to save 10 stations for both AM and FM is a lifesaver if you actually listen to local broadcasts. The included wire antennas are basic, but they get the job done as long as you are not buried in a basement. One thing that stands out is the inclusion of RCA inputs. That is a smart addition because it lets you plug in other devices, maybe an old MP3 player or even a modern streaming adapter, turning this little unit into a much more versatile hub than it looks at first glance. If there is a downside, it is the remote. It feels a bit light and plasticky, and you really have to point it directly at the sensor for it to register your commands. It is not a deal breaker, but it is definitely the part of the package that feels the most entry-level. Also, the black finish is a magnet for dust, so keep a microfiber cloth nearby if you want it to keep looking sharp. At the end of the day, this is for someone who still has a stack of CDs they love and wants a simple, no-fuss way to play them without needing a degree in engineering to set it up. It is not perfect, but it is reliable, compact, and honestly, just fun to use. If you want something that keeps things simple and looks good doing it, this is a solid little companion for your daily listening.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.